Okay, I'm bored. You're bored. Let's get this over with. Okay, this is gonna be part zero of what if Deku was trained by Yujiro Hanma. If you know who that is, good on you. If you don't, look up Baki the Grappler. Alright, how's this happen? Yujiro's gonna appear here right after Deku gets his ass whooped for protecting this kid who just so happens to have a weak quirk from Bakugo. Alright, he walks up Deku, and Deku, he's just looking up, saying, "This big ass dude who just looks like he's ready to kill someone. Yujiro." So why didn't you fight back, boy? He asked Deku. Deku just said, "Because I can't. I can't do anything against a quirk like Bakugo's." What's a quirk? Uh, Deku's surprised. He doesn't know what to really say, but quirk is a type of power that you're born with. Usually he shakes his head, okay, and so I just asks, "So what's yours?" Deku looks down, just starting to tear up. Usually just tells him to shut the fuck up. Don't you dare cry and answer me. Deku looks up and says he doesn't have one. But this puts a smile on Yujiro's face. And then he asks, "Do you want power?" And Deku says, "Yeah, but how is that possible if I don't have a quirk?" He just Boy, I don't have a quirk either. The shock on Izuku's face says it all. This man looks like he's strong enough to beat All Might, yet he doesn't have a quirk. Yujiro sees the shock in his face and decides to, just show off a bit of his power. So he raises his fist and flexes his muscles, and he strikes the ground, causing a fucking earthquake. Those of you who know Yujiro, you know he can do this. So using air pressure is nothing to him. Deku's shocked. He just said, "Wait, are you sure you don't have a quirk?" And Yujiro just smiles, saying, "I don't. I got all this from training, as well as being born as a hanma." Hanma? Wait, your last name is Hanma? That's right. You see, me and my family are blessed with superior genetics. The only one who can really beat me has to be of my bloodline. Because this is the arrogant, the type of Yujiro, like, if I'm gonna lose to anyone, it's gonna be a Hama. I know no one else can beat me but me. or at least someone with my blood. And they're just thinking, so, are you sure that's not a quirk? What? Being a hanma? No, we don't have quirks. We never need them. How about I train you? But you're going to get rid of this little pussy ass act right here. My father was so strong he took on the U.S. Army and won all alone. Uh, I believe he died because he stopped his own heart. He was so bored. I hated him. He was so happy-go-lucky and passive. He didn't fight just to win or for fun. Just to flex on his power. He just did it whenever he felt like it, which I do, but I have more of a purpose with my strength. I'm the strongest creature on Earth. I earned that title just to prove my strength during the Vietnam War. I took on the U.S. Army and won. Some of them tried traps, guns, and even got a woman to trick me into an ambush. It didn't work. Izuku was stunned by this. So this guy and his father both took on the U.S. Army at separate times and won. Then they got into a groveling position. You know, the one of a lot of anime protagonists or whatever. And he says, "Please, will you train me?" Yujiro looked at him with a frown and yelled, "Stop begging! If you want to be strong, stand up and ask me. Don't you dare bow your head like a weakling. Groveling is for the weak who need permission for the strong to do what they want or need." And Deku understands and looks Yujiro straight in his eyes and just asks again, "Will you train me?" Yujiro bears the sinister smile, the one you see on the right, and agrees. He says to meet him at the forest tomorrow for his first day of training. And Deku goes home. His mom asks what happened to him. He says nothing. He just fell and went to sleep. The next day, he goes to the forest to see Yujiro waiting. But this time, Yujiro looks like this. And Izuku can feel the bloodlust coming from him. The aura he emits is terrifying. There's not a bird or a squirrel or anything that could be heard. If it's close to Yujiro, it's gone. You're passed out of shock or ran for the hills. Izuku was scared, but he knew this is what he needed to do if he ever hoped to become a hero. And with that, they will walk into the forest. First day of training was brutal. he had to push ups, sit ups, all you know the Saitama type of exercise. Because I don't think Yujiro ever used any weights or mechanical equipment at all. Not that I know of. And he's and every sort of way, Deku kept getting struck by twigs, branches, rocks. Joe would just throw things at him until to concentrate. And this happened for, let's say, 2 months. Mizugu's been coming home with a bunch of cuts and bruises. Monkey's asking what's going on. Is he okay? He just says it's training mom. Yeah, he don't call her mommy. Screw that. Screw that. Hold on. You see that right there? You see that? Say goodbye to that. No, that's gone. That's leaving. Anywho, let's get back to it. Let's have a time skip to when he's 10. So, and there is a noticeable difference. Inko doesn't even recognize her son because he doesn't look like this adorable little runt right here. He looks more like this right here. Oh yeah, that's Deku right here. He think of him as imagine him shorter. This is his build right here. Joe is impressed by how strong he's gotten and says that he wants to spar with Deku. Deku refuses, and that pisses Yujiro off. And he asks why. Deku just says, "Cause you are the strongest creature on Earth. I am not ready to face you, not as I am. Ask me again in 4 years." And Yujiro, he was surprised. But this is the face he had. Yeah, Izuku did say no to his challenge, but he decided to say, "Give me more time, and then I'll fight you. I'll spar with you." And with that, Izuku's training got even more harsh. Bigger rocks, sharper pieces of wood being thrown at him, swung at him. You won't, you wouldn't believe the shit he went through. It makes All Might's training look like child's play. Oh, it was brutal. And 4 years went by. And now Deku looks like this. He's 14 now. This is what he looks like. Everyone's noticed the change in Izuku. And they don't bully him anymore. Only Bakugo does that. Then Bakugo just walks up on him and said, "You think just because you work out or train means you're any good? You think you're good enough to be a hero now?" Deku just ignores him, puts in some AirPods, and just listens to music. Then Bakugo charges at him with an explosion. Deku's already gone and is right behind Bakugo. And he just looks at Bakugo saying, "Is there anything you want, Bakugo?" And kind of sees Bakugo, he's stunned by this because not only did Midoriya dodge his explosion, he doesn't call him Kacha no more. Oh yeah, uh-huh. He doesn't call him Kacha. Bakugo. That's all he is. And Bakugo, this is not like, oh wait, you don't call me Kacha no more, do you? Oh, that's you finally learned that you don't. I don't want to be your little friend. Deku just looks down at him. Literally, he looks down at him. He says, "I don't want to be friends with such a weakling." And he walks out. Everyone's shocked, like, who the fuck is this? This ain't Izuku. This isn't the boy we went to school with. This ain't him. Who is it? Who is this? Broncos, you more stuff. Like he called me weak just because he got lucky and managed to dodge. So yeah, he is pissed. And then De- Deku arrives at the the he goes straight to the forest just to see Yujiro waiting. And Yujiro's face is exactly like this. He was waiting for this fight. He wants to see how much this kid has learned with the little time they had. And Deku is ready to show him that his training was not a waste of time. That he is worth his acknowledgement. Because Deku doesn't admire All Might. He sees him as a good hero, but he's not gonna go all fanboy. He doesn't do that with anymore. However, he does still have notebooks on heroes, but this time it's heroes, villains, and he has a whole stack of books, well, notebooks for Yujiro. Um, and Yujiro has seen these books. He's read them thoroughly. Remember, Yujiro is not just a musclehead. He uses techniques. He is known as a superb genius. If you've seen Baki on Netflix, it's either he already knew about Shiori or he copied it just from watching that old man do it and was an instant master of it. So yeah, he's not gonna waste such an opportunity to see what this boy actually knows about him. It has techniques, it has his weaknesses in it and shit like that. Which the weakness section was blank. You smiles, thinking about this kid, writing so much about him, but having none of the weaknesses that he knows about. You has a bit of a weakness. He just doesn't. No one's just really found them. And oh my goodness, he he was surprised at how thorough Deku was. But then he had to hide his excitement. And he looked at Deku with this face and, and said, "Are you ready to die?" Deku's not scared of dying. He's ready. He's ready to lay his life on the line. And that's what he says. A hero lay their lives on the line every day. If I'm scared of dying, I can't be a hero. And with that, they begin their fight. And now this is what Deku sees. He sees Yujiro just like this. Or he's admitting is almost suffocating to any other person except Izuku. And with that, Izuku vanished. It right above Yujiro, and Axe kicks him. But then Yujiro just flips and Axe kicks Izuku into the ground. Izuku quickly recovers, and then he goes straight for another strike. He's looking for any neat opening he can exploit, which, since Yujiro is who he is, he takes every single punch. He doesn't see any reason to fear this kid. He just wants to see how far he can go. And then he says, "Time's up." And Deku is instantly stunned. Because what Yujiro does next is he turns around. Remember, he's shirtless. And he shows Deku his demon back for the first time. Deku's frozen in fear. He doesn't know what to do. But then, unexpectedly, he punches himself in the face. Yujiro's like, "What the fuck?" And then he sees Deku smile. And this stunned Yujiro. And then they both started smiling this crazy ass smile. Smile of nightmares. Though Deku doesn't have the glowing eyes, he does at least share Yujiro's fangs. And Yujiro couldn't be happier. So he decided to say, "Why don't we both stop holding back?" And Deku shakes his head yes. And then they go at it. Their punches are causing so many shockwaves. Fully grown trees are starting to tip over from the massive wind force. Earth starts to crack and create earthquakes. Hell, people, thank goodness they're not in the city, or else someone would have called pro heroes trying to get them to stop the fight. All the animals have left anywhere near their fight. And right as Deku is about to throw one more punch, Yujiro disappeared from his sight. Right behind him, socked him right in the head, picked him up by his neck, slowly choking him and taking him to a cliff. And he said, "You're still too weak, but you're at least stronger than everyone in this world, except for me. Congratulations, boy. I can honestly say that you are one of the strongest creatures on this planet. At least you will be if you survive this. And he drops Zuko. He drops him in a ravine that led to a river, and he's just laughing. But you didn't hear a splash. Instead, you saw Zuko right behind him with his back turned. And what does he see? Deku's muscles and back contorted. And it shocked Yujiro. But what he saw was something extraordinary. And that is where I'm going to end this part off. Oh yes, this is part 0. Who knows, I might make part 1 soon enough. But seriously, I have had this idea in the back of my head for a while. And I mean a while. But I was wondering if anyone was going to do it. But yeah, remember, Deku is not Yujiro. He's not Yujiro's son or anything. He's just being trained by Yujiro. Ooh, let's see how this goes. Okay, that's enough. See you later, my children.